deja vu. I'm someone else. Teardrops that fell. I'm over us, I'm over you. Forget about another deja vu.
We break up and you slam the door. I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for?
The tune's down.
I push you out, but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of the Building a Thriving Digital Community Challenge. I have got an absolute corker for you today. We are going to be teaching you how to monetize your community. Let me stop sharing. And I've got Caroline here with me, as per usual. Good morning, Caroline. I hope my internet's all right.
Good morning.
Do we have good internet?
I think it's mine.
Is it yours?
It might be mine.
Okay. Guys, drop in the chat. Let us know. Is it my internet or is it Caroline's internet? Please let me know. If it's Caroline's, it doesn't matter too much because I'm going to do most of the talking as per usual.
Oh,
today.
I don't matter. That one.
Pardon?
I hear. I see it. I don't matter. Is that what you're saying?
No, darling, I'm not saying you don't matter. Of course, I'm not saying that. Absolutely, you 100% matter, and I love you dearly. Glad to see some of you are finding the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Drop a comment in the chat to let me know who's here, and enable us to reach more rebels, because obviously the more comments, the more likes we get, the further this gets pushed in the algorithm, and the more lost rebels find us. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Stu. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Ant. Good morning, John. Good to see you guys here. How's it going? A huge shout out to all of you that have kept up with the tasks. We've set some really big tasks this week, Caroline, haven't we? They've not been simple, actually. Like,
yeah, they've been pretty chunky,
big thinking tasks. So I've been super impressed with all of the submissions in the Facebook group. Tonight, well, this afternoon, I'm going to start rounding all of those bits of homework up, putting them on a spreadsheet, seeing who's completed, who hasn't completed yet, because tomorrow morning, I'm going to be putting you guys on a spinny wheel, and we're going to be spinning the wheel to announce who has won one of the £3,400 worth of prizes we're giving away. We've got 5 winners. And look, there's a lot to play for here. And there's also, the odds are looking good. So if you are behind with your homework and you want to get in on that prize draw, then the time is now, because we are doing the prize draw tomorrow. So if you're tuning in for the first time, you don't know what this is. My name's Cordelia. I'm founder of Rebellious Business. Me and Caroline together run Rebellious Business. We are co-owners of the company, and we teach people how to build thriving digital communities to bring more leads, more sales, more fulfillment, and help you create a bigger impact in your business. This is day 4 of our Create a Thriving Digital Community Challenge, and we have been challenging you this week to get cracking with your own community, starting your own tribe so that you can have your own platform, build an incredible tribe full of people that are the right fit for what it is you're doing in terms of the impact you want to create, in terms of the message you want to deliver, in terms of the lives you want to change. And so for the service-based business owners, the people selling the information products, the people selling services that enable people to either improve or create some magnificent transformations in their lives through design, coaching, through leadership training, through consulting, mentoring, teaching, training. I've said training twice. There's so many services that we've got inside the Rebellious Business Network, and each and every one of those businesses will do really, really well by having their own thriving digital community, because it creates such an impact on your business and it enables you to have such an impact with your business. So today then is the 4th day that we're going to be giving you a task, and I'm just going to go ahead and set that task early before the training, because today's task is a super simple one. Lovely to see that Stu's going to be catching up today on the tasks. Reminder, we have until midnight tonight to get all those tasks in. Good morning, Deb. Good to see you here. Good morning. So, okay, couple of things then that you guys need to know. So number 1, we have a Q&A session on Zoom today at 4 p.m. The place where you find the Zoom link for that, I will be emailing you the Zoom link, but in case you don't get that email for some reason, in case the gremlins are out to get us for some reason, you come to, I'm just going to share screen and show you. No, wrong screen. Hang on. Shared the wrong screen. Let me share the right screen. There we go. Come to the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group, and you will see up here we have a featured section. You can also access it by clicking on featured. Inside this featured section is everything for the challenge, and there is an event here called Community Challenge Q&A. You click on that, and then in here there is the Zoom link. Where's the bloody Zoom link? Event by online. Where's the Zoom link, Caroline? Am I blind?
Where is the Zoom link?
Oh, there, in the description there. There should be a button to the link of it. Maybe because I created it, I can't see it. I don't know, but the Zoom link's in the description here anyway. So if you click on this, you can go and do this now. Go click on this. It's going to take you to the registration page so that you can come and join us over on Zoom. That's 4 p.m. today. We're having this Q&A. I'm going to be live for as long as I need to be with you on that Zoom call to get every single question, confusion, worry, fear, whatever it is, put to bed. And by the end of that session, you should be a lot clearer on specifically what you are doing with your community. It's not going to be another training. It's going to be a demystifying session where I'm going to be helping you with your ideas to get them into action. And Caroline is going to be there too. Caroline's going to be with me. Caroline is our in-house advertising messaging expert. She's fantastic, phenomenal at this stuff. And so she's going to be with me at 4 too. So should we crack on? We've got a big session for you guys today.
Have you given the homework out yet?
Well done. No, I haven't.
Only because I'm halfway through scheduling the post like a madman.
Okay. So we're going to set up the homework, the last piece of homework for you early today. Okay. The reason being, what we're talking about on today's training is monetization. How do you take your community, the one you've been building, and get it to start generating revenue for you so that it becomes more sustainable and so that you can help some of your community members have deeper transformations by working with you on your program, with your product, with your service, etc. So monetization today. Now, some of you have got a community already, and this you can put some of this into action straight away. And some of you haven't started your community yet. So what we want to do is we want to hold you accountable with the one thing that is going to change the game when it comes to building your own tribe. And that is the gathering, the tribe event, the tribe magnet. the thing that you're going to promote that's going to bring people into the world of your community, right? And so what we want you to do today, we have got a post about to drop in the Facebook group. I'm also going to put it in the chat for you. I think I can put a picture in the chat. I want you to take this. I want you to fill in the blanks in your own words. Oh, is it going to let me? Is it going to let me do it? If not, I'll open it and share screen. I'll just open it and share screen. I want you to take this card. Now, there's a couple of things you can do with this card. You can print it off and put it in your wallet. It is the size of a business card if you print it off. So you can print it off, cut it out, keep it in your wallet, or you can just basically fill in the blanks in your own kind of way of writing it down on a piece of paper or on a note in your phone. But either way, we want to see this dropped into the Rebellious Business Network Facebook group as a post. So it doesn't need, you don't need to write on this image I'm about to show you, but you need to basically rewrite it on a piece of paper or on a note or print it out and write on it. It's got black background. You need a gold pen or a white pen. And you're going to say this. It's the insert date here. And I'm so bloody excited to tell you that I've hosted my first something event, and it was Describe It. And this is going to hold you accountable. You're going to announce to the rest of the group that you are having your first gathering on this specific date. That is your homework for today. Set the date. Nothing needs to be perfect. You don't need to have everything perfected. You just need to take action. And we're going to hold you accountable to taking that action today. If you are serious about having your own community, you need these gatherings. These gatherings are going to build that community, create that community. It's going to change the game in your entire community building strategy because you're bringing people together. So let's just go for it. Let's set the first date. When is it going to be? When's the first one going to be? Let's set the date. And then from there, you can work backwards. Okay, so how long do I need to promote this? Probably about 7 to 10 days. What do I need to get ready to start promoting it? Have your promotion start line date down and start promoting this live gathering to your existing network and all the places that we were talking about in yesterday's training. So that's our homework for today, is to hold you accountable to setting the date. Have we got any knees knocking? Anyone going, oh my God, now this is getting a bit real. Like, I've got to actually set the date now.
And I just posted it on time. That was like perfect timing. Now I'm going to go into the chat and say hello to everyone. Sorry, everyone. I've been totally negative, but I've just been doing all the sharies and the posties. Now,
in
where
true
are
Cordelia style, I decided last minute to actually make you a goal card for this because they're super powerful.
By last minute, she means 10 minutes before the show started.
Caroline, I've got an idea.
Caroline.
Oh, no, not another idea. Okay, so guys, I've got slides for today. We've had a mixture of some days with slides, some days without slides. I like to have slides when I want to visually demonstrate stuff to you. I've got flow charts. I've got things I want to show you today. Today, again, as I said, we're talking about monetizing your tribe funnel. This is the bit that's going to enable you to stay sustainable, the bit that's going to enable you to do this for a long time. Tomorrow, we're talking about how do you stay sustainable? And I've also got some really good ideas for you to get thinking about where this is going to go in the future, like what you can do with this show. Could you create a membership, a private membership? Could you turn it into a podcast, open further your reach and turn it into something that's, you know, on multiple platforms, that's getting you a lot of visibility? We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. So how to stay accountable and what you can do with it next is happening tomorrow. Today, I want to get into the nuts and bolts of how you monetize this thing, how you actually bring these people together, but also enable this to be something that's generating revenue for your business, keeping the fuel tanks of the business full so that you can continue to shine your light, to do the thing that you love for a long time. And look, here's the thing, is that when you have a tribe funnel, one thing I love about the Rebellious Business Network is we have a level for everybody, and it acts as this kind of nurture pool. So it's a place in which everybody can hang out. It's very all-inclusive. You know, anybody can be in there. There isn't a price tag on the front door. And it's really nice and really supportive that we have an environment that we can invite anybody into, regardless of their affordability with working with us. Now that's going to enable you to have this resource that you get great fulfillment from. But what we also need to get this resource doing is feeding into your business in terms of bringing you revenue, so that you can run this free community and have this platform that brings you fulfillment but in your marketing, but also enables you to create an impact for a long time, right? We don't want you to burn out on this. We don't want this to be something that you do for a couple of months and then give up on. And if you get the proof of concept that this brings you money, it's going to enable you to do it for longer, right? And that's what we want for you. We want you to be able to do this for a long time, because we know that you want to create an impact. We know that you want to, be doing some great things with your work for a long time. Yeah. And so what I also want you to know is this is going to be slow, steady growth. This strategy that you've been learning this week, this tribe funnel strategy, is your long-term longevity strategy. It's not a quick sales strategy. It's not something that's just going to bring you some sales in quickly. However, it can bring you sales quickly, but it's a long-term strategy. So what we do is we bolster that long-term strategy with short-term quick win strategies. And I'm going to walk you through how it looks in this presentation here just now. So how this is going to be then, this is just sort of like a snippet of how I map the year out for some of our clients, and in a very kind of simplified version of how I do that. So we like to sort of map strategy out over periods of time, so we know in what month we're doing what. And this is how it looks. And this is how we teach people to run tribe funnels, is that you've got this tribe funnel running. It's continuation. Yeah, you do it every week or every fortnight. Remember that the longer the period in between gatherings, the more work you've got to do to keep the community alive. And also the kind of slower it will grow. So you want to, gold standard is what I'm teaching you this week. There are many ways to do this, and you do this your own way, but I recommend having that tribe funnel weekly, having that tribe event, that gathering weekly, sorry. And so you've got the community that's evergreen. You've got these weekly live events that are sort of bringing a buzz into the community. And you've got your engagement tactics to keep the community alive that we were talking about yesterday. That is this yellow box. That is just always running. So then we can map out, okay, well, what's happening in April, May, and June? Well, the tribe funnel is going to be running throughout, because it's something that's always running. But then on top of that, these blue boxes, or green or teal or whatever color that is, are your sales strategies, how you are bringing people in. What your tribe funnel is going to do, what your community is going to do, for want of a better term, so many terms I hate saying and I say anyway, is it's going to generate low-hanging fruit. What that means is it's going to put more people in that prospect bucket. Remember on day 2, I think it was, we talked about the 6 buckets of human beings that every single person on the internet falls into in relation to your business. And there's the lead and the prospect bucket, those 2 buckets. The prospects are people who are warm, they're likely to buy from you. And the low-hanging fruit term means that we're just filling that bucket up with people. Now, what we do then is we get these quick win, QW stands for quick win strategies that just harvest that low-hanging fruit. And then we have chunkier strategies with an L here. That means launch, where you're going to do something big, something noisy, and launch something larger. So you've got these quick win strategies and launches. Now, we recommend that within your tribe funnel, you do 2 quick win strategies a month, 2 a month. And then once a quarter, you do some kind of launch, whether that be a challenge launch, a more passive launch. We teach a 12 boom launch, which is a really great way of doing a challenge launch without it being a big, loud, noisy, exhausting challenge launch. There are different ways in which you can do big events that launch a big product. You can do a series of webinars, you can do workshops. There's so many different things you can do, but this essentially is a bigger promotion that's aimed at getting a chunk of people in on your group program. These quick wins are aimed at getting 3 to 5 people on your signature offer, whether that be one-to-one or a group program, or a service that you're selling. Whatever it is that you're selling, these quick wins are here to just mop up, and then the launches are here to do a kind of big push. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how we would start to map out the year. And the purpose of the tribe funnel in this context is to build relationships with people, so that when you actually put these promotions out, you get results from them. And one of the things that we hear and we see and we know a lot is that, you know, it can be, there are people in your existing network already that are ready to buy from you and will buy from you most of the time. Our clients come in and we put quick win strategies in straight away before we've actually launched a tribe funnel. I've frozen, Caroline. Can you hear me? You're muted. I've frozen.
Yes, you're fine. You're fine. Your face is frozen, but your noise is not.
Okay, well, as long as my noise isn't
You're
frozen.
still making noise.
Let me put the computer
Yeah.
instead. Maybe it's the phone camera that's being dodgy. Right. So as I was saying, you've got this tribe funnel running, it's generating that low-hanging fruit, but we often start by getting people to do a quick win promotion straight away, because there's usually people in your existing network that are ready to buy from you because you've already been generating low-hanging fruit just through the social media content you've been putting out, through the networking events you've been going to, etc. But then what happens when that dries up? When you've sold to all of those people and there's no one else in your existing network that's going to buy from you, that's where we start getting this feast and famine thing come in. So this tribe funnel, what it's doing is continually generating people like into that prospecting bucket, into that prospects bucket. And it's continuously generating that low-hanging fruit so that you've always got people to promote these quick win promotions to, and you can be bringing in consistent sales every month. So that's kind of high level overview. But remember, when it comes to this strategy, to keep the community alive, to keep the continuation of low-hanging fruit generation happening, we really need to prioritize connection above everything else. We don't go hard selling into the group twice a month. That's not what I'm talking about. These are soft sell quick win promotions. It's not a webinar with a big pitch and a stack and close every 2 weeks. It's a soft sell promotion that you're going to put out. And I'm going to go through and give you some ideas of what that looks like, because I just want to reiterate this. You need to prioritize connection for longevity so that you have a sustained growing community for a long time, but also because the purpose of marketing and all of this good stuff that we are doing in our front end, you know, visibility piece when it comes to social media is just all about building relationships. You've got to build relationships with people. Relationships are built out of trust. We need to get our audience to grow to know us, to like us, to trust us. And so with the tribe funnel, if we can prioritize connection with the sales strategies, with how we handle sales calls, with how we pitch in general, we're always prioritizing the human, the connection, then what's going to happen is that people are just going to feel good vibes. They're going to love being in your space, love being in your community, and they're going to stay for a long time. And they might not buy off the first quick win promotion you put out, but they'll probably come in on the third or the fourth or the fifth. I've had people that have been to challenge launch, and finally they come in. And that's just how this works, because it takes multiple touch points for people to build that relationship with you and go, yeah, I'm ready. I need to work with this person. And so just reminding you, we're not thinking about, right, okay, I've got this community. How do I make some sales from it? How am I going to make money from it? Because when we start thinking in those terms, what we do is we accidentally make it about us. Nobody's going to give us money because we need money, right? They're going to give us money because we can solve a problem for them. We can do something powerful for them. We can give them a transformation that they want and need and desire, and etc. Okay, so we want to be in this mind space. What do people need? And how can I show up and serve them? But we want to be strategic about it as well. Okay, so there is a strategy to this. And it's as simple like as this as well in terms of the formula. And this tribe funnel does this so well. You've got 3 parts value, and 1 part sell. And the community, the tribe funnel that you're building is going to be so valuable to people. They're getting the gatherings that you're putting on for them. They're getting the connection inside that group, and they're getting to learn from you, to basically be in your space, gather those golden nuggets, learn from each other in that community. And so because there's so much value happening in that group, the sale is going to be much more likely because that trust has been built. And what I can tell you about tribe funnels across all industry kind of average conversion rate is around 3%. Okay, 3%, which means you need 100 people. I think I've got a slide on this. No, I haven't. I'm having a minute. You need 100 people in your community, on your email list, you know, wherever, to make 3 sales on average. That's just how it goes, which means that 97% of your audience are not ready to buy from you. And they're not going to buy from you. Okay. So what we want to do is with Tribe Funnels, because we're providing so much value, because we're building so many relationships, because we're really kind of getting in the trenches with people, and we've got this social proof, we've got this like amazing environment that people are entering into, that conversion rate goes from 3% and can be as high as 10%. Maybe you'll sit more at 7.5%, but essentially you're going to at least double, if not triple, the average conversion rate just by having a community. And we've seen this with our own data. We've seen this with our clients' data, and it is something that works. And also not just us and our business and our clients, you know, community converts really well. There is research, there is studies that show that having a thriving digital community puts your conversion rate at 7.5%. And you might think, well, 7.5% still sounds really low. But let me tell you, the difference between 3% and 7.5% is the difference between, it's a landslide. It's like the difference between a 6-figure business and a 7-figure business. When it comes to looking at these numbers, and you take these numbers over a period of time, that 3.5% is a freaking landslide. So I just want to test that you're still awake. If we go straight to the sale without any value first, we are losing what? Drop it in the chat, guys. We are losing what? Caroline, do you want to add anything there? If not, that's fine. Just want to shut up a minute and give you a second.
I haven't got anything to add in terms of the points. Like, you're making some really good points, and this is one of my, like, I guess what my thing would be to bring to attention, like, we're talking really into the conversion rates, and this is super, super important, because we have an audience filled with business owners who want to sell, who also struggle to sell, right? You're most likely dealing with this feast famine. Where's the next client coming from? How do I even convert clients? Like, there's going to be a lot of that worry on bringing clients in, that maybe conversion rates aren't necessarily in the top of your head right now, but this is showing you how powerful it is in just getting clients, to have a community. But also the best part of having a community is the connection part. It's adding value, it's having an impact, it's getting your message heard, it's bringing your tribes people to you, which therefore has a huge impact on conversion rates. So, and essentially sales, and it makes selling a lot easier. It makes it like much more in the forefront of your prospects' minds. So that's why that's another reason why it's so important to make sure that the value is there, because otherwise there's no point even having a community. Like, it's not just about sales. It just so happens that it's great for sales. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely. Let us know in the chat. Are you following? Are you with us? I love that we've got some people saying connection, trust, relationships, trust. Absolutely. If we go straight to the sale without any value first, we're losing trust, essentially. And this is why people use lead magnets. This is why people do free content at the front. It's not, it's to demonstrate. It's to demonstrate your value. It's to demonstrate your expertise. It's to demonstrate that you are a likable character. It's to demonstrate that you know your stuff. And it's to build, more importantly, a relationship with people en masse, so that lots of people are getting to know about you, about what it is that you do. And if we go straight to the sale, if we just go like into the community every week and hard pitch, hard sell, sell without doing enough to really build those relationships, we damage the trust that we've got with our audience.
I've got a really good example.
Yeah, go for it.
not a very it's not the best example, but I think everyone's kind of familiar with being in some kind of community, right? Like I'm in a couple of Facebook groups online where it's just naturally grown into this huge community. There's a lot of contribution into the community. Lots of people know each other in person. Like you think of maybe even like a local network or a local group, like some sort of community event or vibe, right? The people are coming together because they're there for those gatherings and for the combined purpose of that community existing. There's some sort of purpose for people to be there and people come up to attend. And if you were then to start to if you're the leader of that community and then all of a sudden it starts becoming a pitch fest, you start like asking people for money or starting to push your product, it's going to alienate people and they're going to feel like the community vibe is tainted because the purpose they're there is not to buy things, but they're going to feel like the purpose they're now there for is to buy things. However, if you're the leader of a community who's created this amazing value and is bringing people together, people are going to respect you as a leader and be interested in what you have to offer. So there's almost there's a few ways of looking at it. There's communities out there that are not selling anything and then maybe missing an opportunity. But there's also communities out there that are built solely on the purpose to sell things, and they are just going to be like the short-lived disaster, high fly, crash and burn type thing. So when creating your communities, you want to have the community in mind. And when selling, you want to also have the community in mind, but know that you are in a position of authority and they respect you. And so they're going to want to be potentially a prospect or a customer of yours. It's like you're not pitching to them. It's like someone you care about or someone you respect is selling something. And it's like, oh, well, that person actually is someone I look up to and I care about and I think about and I see how this person shows up and I see everything they've created. Likely what other product they've got is going to be good quality. They're going to show up to inside the service the way they show up to the community. And I'm interested in that. Like it makes them just interested as a byproduct of your product existing just by how you show up in your community. However, you don't want to be pitching and throwing it down their throat. You want to be sustaining that value, keeping that value growing, which, by the way, they will be doing a lot of. Like your community will be doing most of the value adding because they're there for their purpose. But then you get to introduce your offerings pretty regularly, actually, but just not ramming it down their throats. Got my hands involved with that one. I was ramming something down a throat. Aggressive again. I'm doing no ramming down throats or skinning cats. What is it? What's going on? This madness.
Okay, so we're going over some really important stuff here. And the next thing that I really want to talk into is prioritizing high impact in terms of the way you support people. Now, one of the things that really gets my goat, there's a lot of business coaches out there that are teaching people to start selling low ticket items, start putting together a course and then selling a course. We don't teach that here. We don't see the benefit in that. We want you to jump in to the deep end, get your hands dirty and start creating some big high impact transformations with people. You do that one-to-one. Drop in the chat right now if you have a very kind of intensive one-to-one program where you work with people on a one-to-one basis to help them with whatever you solve, whether that be that you create assets for them, you design things for them, you teach them something, you coach them on something, you consult them on something. Working one-to-one with people as your first product is the most powerful thing you can do. There's a few reasons for this. Number one, it's the easiest thing to sell. Selling a one-to-one program is the easiest thing you will ever sell because it is bespoke. It is tailored to that person. You're not trying to put them through a cookie cutout. You're not trying to put them through a predefined process. You are tailoring your service to what their needs are. And it is also, you know, something people like working one-to-one. You know, it's something that's much easier to sell. Not only that, but remember that 3%, 7% conversion rate that we've been talking about just now. If you if you decide, right, the first thing I'm going to sell is a course and I'm going to charge 200 quid for it. The problem with that is you're going to have to get a very large audience in play for that to be something that sustainably supports you revenue wise. So if you start selling the one-to-one and you focus on that as your first product, if you're currently only working one-to-one, or if you're building out what's my first product going to be currently, it needs to be one-to-one. But what's going to happen here is it's going to be super easy for you to sell one-to-one into your community, because all you need is a system for gathering sales calls and then a process for handling sales calls. Okay. And that will be very simple for you to utilize your community. I've got a 3-prong approach for getting those sales calls that I'm going to talk into just now in a few slides time about how to do that. So you start working one-to-one with people. You only need a few people in your community to start gathering clients on a one-to-one basis, really straightforwardly. And what that's going to do is, whilst you're working with those people and whilst you're building out this community, you're starting to build an audience, and you're also raising your reputation, and you're elevating your authority at the same time. And as people start to gather, your benchmark for doing your first launch, for launching your first group coaching program or consulting program or teaching or training program or live course, is when you've got about 200 people in your community. So whilst you're building up to 200 people in your community, you're selling one-to-one. And if your one-to-one is a couple of £1,000s, you sell a few of those and it's sustaining you, it's supporting you to keep going and keep doing this. But then we take this to the next level by launching group things and working one-to-many with people. And that starts bringing in those 10K months. That's the thing that starts bringing in those 10, 20K months that then enable you to be on your way to 6 figures if that's what you want, right? And that is a question you need to ask yourself. What do I want? What do I want my revenue to be? When I start working with a new client, we get really clear on 2 financial goals. And the first one is, what do you need? And the second one is, what do you want? And we set out a plan to achieve that. But it usually starts by selling the highest impact products that they've got. Not the cheaper one that we think will be easier to sell, the highest impact product. Because if you can work intensively in a high impact way with the members of your community, they're going to start shouting about how transformational that has been for them, which is going to enable you to get more clients from the community via word of mouth. It's also going to enable you to be able to focus on this as a really powerful strategy that's generating you sales, and it's going to give you revenue straight away whilst you're building up to having lots of people in that community. So we start with high impact by selling that signature offer that we've got. Yeah, not the cheap things, not the PDFs that you want to sell, or the courses that you want to sell, or the little tiny teeny £50 offers. It's not going to be enough to sustain you and keep you motivated and going. So look, here's how it works in terms of getting clients, right? You've got promoting your first event. We've talked into these few things already. So you've got a landing page that gets people into that event. You promote the event, they sign up for it, give you their email address. That now gets them on your email list. You're going to get most of your conversions from your email list, okay? So we want to utilize building this community to get people on your email list. So you've got this broadcast list. When you're doing those quick win promotions, when you're preparing for this launch, not only are you promoting it in the Facebook group and relying on Zuckerberg's algorithm, you're also emailing them about it from your own email software, and they're getting those notifications in their email inbox. Really important that we've got both, okay? So we're driving people into the Facebook group from the thank you page, which we spoke about. You can talk about it on the live call. Guys, I've got this amazing community. You need to join it. Off the back of our networking events, we usually get about 40 people join the Facebook community after the networking event because we tell them to on the live call. Okay. So reiterating it on the live calls and in the emails that you craft, in these automated emails that you craft, that you're sending out to people who are now on your list, you're sending them emails to drive them into the Facebook group. Go and watch the replay. It's in the Facebook group. Yeah. Oh, here's all the reasons why you need to join the Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. So you've got this kind of reiteration of reasons why they need to join the Facebook group, and you're getting them in. Then on the front door of the Facebook group, we've got our first of the 3-prong approach to getting sales calls in the diary. You can have an entry question on the front of your Facebook group that says, would you like a complimentary one-to-one call with me to help you with X? And outline what that call is for. People that answer that question, yes, please, you're sending them a DM and saying, awesome, let's get that call booked in. And that is one way in which you can be getting sales calls in the diary, or prospecting calls at this stage in the diary, to do two things: start building relationships with people in your group, and B, start having conversations with people about how you can solve their problem. So you've got emails that deliver that Zoom link and drive people into the group as well. And then you've got people coming into the group and seeing that welcome post, engaging in the group, getting involved with the group. And then you run that first live event, or that second live event, or that third live event, because you're going to continue doing this. And you're creating a buzz on this live event. And then using that Facebook group to continue the buzz in between live events through the engagement tactics we were talking about yesterday. And so now you've got your tribe launched, you've got people entering your group, and you've got calls in the diary. So when you put down your date for your homework today, when is that first gathering going to be? I want you to sit and map out, okay, what does this look like? I'm going to promote this first gathering. Where am I going to promote it to? Okay, landing page, thank you page. What journey are you going to design for people entering your group? What things can you put in the group? Like the welcome video, what are you going to say on it? What are you going to do in terms of emails and things that get people in? And as you go with over time with this, you're going to start to optimize it. We start rough and ready. We just get the bare minimum done. We get it up, we get it promoted, we do the thing, and then we improve it bit by bit, week by week, month by month, improve, 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 improve. Eventually your community will look like ours. You'll have a welcome video. You'll have a guide that walks people through the key things in the group. You'll have maybe connection templates. You'll have a well-established posting purpose. But all of this takes time, right? You're not going to have everything perfect and loud and ready from the word go. You're just going to get the bare minimum to get things moving so that you can go ahead and, build a high quality audience over time. Okay, this is quality over quantity, slow, steady, powerful growth. Caroline, your hand's raised.
Hello. I am loving this. We're getting some really good questions in the chat, which show a couple of things. One, there's a distinction that needs to be made, and two, there's an actual real, well, I'll go with the first question, the easy to answer one. Sam says, if you're doing weekly live events, do you need a different landing page for each? I have responded to that one, saying same landing page. If you've got a different thing happening, like a different guest or whatever happening, like on the landing page on the event, you just update the differences. That's that one. And I love that question because it shows a real thoughtfulness for the process of how you're going to get people to the event. It's a really good stage to be thinking about. And we've also got one from Deb, which was really important for us to touch on, I think.
Can I just add something to what Sam said there?
Yeah.
Within this process, we keep as much evergreen as we can. Evergreen means it's always there and we don't change it, just to make life easier. So if we have to do a new promotion, a new landing page, a new thank you page, a new email follow-up series for every single tribe event, it will get too much. So the email series is always the same. The thank you page and the landing page are always the same. As Caroline said, what we do, because we have the podcast style show, and that's our tribe event, what we do is we update every week, just a new video of what's happening and a new title of what's happening. We have a countdown timer that we update. However, with the networking event, the landing page, we never touch it apart from the date of the next one. That's it. That's the only thing we touch. And it just basically funnels people into the next thing that we touch is the dates in the email series afterwards. But so you want to basically leave as much evergreen as possible to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah. When I was doing same thing.
We can drill into more detail on things like this about the whole process, etc., on the Q&A at 4 p.m. as well.
Next thing, which I think is a really key thing to distinguish, and that is important to drill into now, is Deb says, when you do come to sell something, do you do it in the community or do it outside of that community somehow? And if it's outside the community, how do you do it? Via email. And my first distinction I want to make, which is kind of summarizing before I pass this over to you first, is the way I would like everyone to think about this is like, firstly, so you've got your high ticket package because that's going to have the most impact on your audience and the most impact on you financially. Your high ticket package, what you're always doing as you're getting it off the ground before you ever touch advert is promoting it to your existing network. Okay, so you can make some quick win sales off it and your existing network, which will most likely be people on your Facebook who are friends with you on Facebook, people, your connections on LinkedIn, people in your networking groups. But what happens when that runs dry? When that runs dry, you need to have a bigger network, essentially. You need a bigger audience. And that's the purpose of the community in terms of the business sense. If you've already got a community, then that is your network to put your promotions to. So that just means that your network extends into that area for you to promote to. So you're always promoting to everyone in your network, because not only is it reaching the people in your network that might be relevant, but they're also going to have it in their minds that you could be right for their friend, and they know you. If they're in your network, they're more likely to trust you, to refer you, than someone who's advertising to them. So it's simply you're making your network much bigger, which expands your reach. So you put that promotion out. So you have to put it to the community. You don't just go, oh, I've got this community, I'm not going to promote to them. You have to share it with them. They're in your network. And so that's my thing with that. It's just that distinction of going, this community, if you've got a community, that is your network. And then you can continue to promote to them, just not ramming it down their throats. And then
also just go on.
Oh, the last thing is obviously the tribe magnet is attracting people's email addresses. So the thing that brings them into the community gives you the technical ability to promote outside of the community as well on an email. That's that.
Absolutely. And remember, guys, what we spoke about on that session with the buckets, right? Remember the buckets. We've got 6 buckets of human being that everyone on the internet falls into in relation to your business. There's traffic, there's followers, there's leads, there's prospects, there's clients, and there's ex-clients. The nice thing about your Facebook group and the email list is they are a concentration of leads and prospects, the 2 groups that are the most likely to buy your product. Traffic don't know you yet. Followers, you don't know how, there's a whole mixed bag in followers. You just don't know out of those guys who are prospects. But when they're on your email list, they've taken that step towards you. When they're in your Facebook group, they've taken that step towards you, and there are a high concentration in there of leads and prospects. So getting your promotions in front of a high concentration of leads and prospects is going to mean a higher conversion rate. Okay, so I'm going to skip past this slide because that's about promotion, but promoting that tribe magnet, you just promote it everywhere. You're as loud as possible. We spoke into that in detail yesterday. Here's the next thing. On that tribe event, one of the best ways to get people booking calls in with you, becoming your client, is to blow their socks off. Like, give the goods, teach them something, bring the value, whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's, you could be doing live meditation, do it well. You could be doing spirituality readings, do it well. You could be train them good. You want to blow their socks off, because if you do that, what's going to happen is they're going to talk about you to their friends who are in a similar, who have similar problems. Like, we have had so many people join the Rebellious Business Network on recommendation that they need to be in this group because it's so helpful. Okay, so that brings referrals in terms of people into the group, and also then enables you to continue growing the group. But also it does a really good job, as we've spoken into already, of demonstrating how good your product's going to be. If your free content is this good, like, imagine what it's like working with you in your program, getting that hands-on support, or working with you to build a website, or, working with you in consulting, or whatever it is that you're working with your clients. If you blow their socks off in this way by demonstrating your expertise, then it's going to really support you. And how do you take that out of the group, and how do you really leverage that? Well, you document it. Every single time you get good feedback, broadcast that good feedback everywhere else. Have a page on your website, if you've got one, that has loads of like nice things that people have said about your events or your products or your programs or whatever. Have like an Instagram highlight where you put all this good feedback you're getting on stories, you know, screenshotting the thing that someone said underneath your gathering, like that was amazing. Share it to stories saying, guys, you need to come to this. I'm doing another one next week. I'm getting really great feedback. People are loving this. It's going to really help you. So document your wins, document the feedback that you're getting, and just enable this one gathering that you're doing and this community that you're running to really kind of leverage it and get the feelers out so that more people are like, oh, what's all this noise about? I need to come in and check this out. So a couple of tips then for these quick win promotions or offering those free calls that we're going to speak into a little bit more is don't pitch at every event. You'll lose the tribe vibes. You just don't want to be pitching all the time at events. So when I say pitching, I mean, you know, like those webinar pitches where at the end of a webinar, you're like, I've now got a product that you can buy, and you walk people through what it is. It's okay to do that sometimes, especially if you've got a new offer or a launch or whatever, but you don't want to pitch at every single event. You're going to lose the tribe vibes, okay? But you also want to soft promote calls regularly. So the homework that we were going to set off the back of this was going to be come up with a free one-to-one call that you can offer that is packed with value. It could be a website audit. It could be a free coaching call to help someone with a specific problem. It could be a social media audit or a strategy session of some kind. Come up with a free call that is packed full of value and give it a name that isn't discovery call, because that's been done to death. And soft promote those regularly. Guys, I've got 5 spaces come up in my diary for Friday, or I've cleared the diary on Friday to have calls. I've got 5 spaces. Here's the link to get booked in. First come, first serve. Yeah, so that you're getting on the phone with people. If you want to really master the art of sales, have shitloads of sales calls. Like, that's literally it. You just got to keep practicing, keep practicing, keep practicing. Now, in these early stages of building your community and really getting to know your audience, you want to be having as many calls as possible. It's great practice for you to try out different things, to have conversations, to understand people better. And so also just a note about this, these calls, they're also added value. That, you know, you're not pitching something, you're saying, I'm going to go on a call and help you with something, right? So it's also adding more value into your group, more added value into your community. And of course, at the end of those calls, if you feel like that person's a good fit for you, you can then caveat that into a sales conversation, but they still will have got value from that call. And so these one-to-one calls, you know, when you're thinking about what is this one-to-one call that I can offer that's free, that's value packed, you want to think about what's the outcome I want to help someone have on this call. Don't just go, oh, guys, I've got some space in my diary to have a chat. Like, who wants to jump in and have a chat? I want to get to know all my community members, because you will genuinely get people on the phone that are there to have a chat. And they will be the people that have got time to have a chat. And the people that are serious about solving their problem will be going, I'm too busy to have a chat. I've got this fire burning over here and I need to get it put out. So you'll just end up on the phone with a load of people for the wrong reason. So you want to have this thing that needs to be outcome focused, limited availability, and authentically so, because you haven't got more than 24 hours in the day, and most of them are spent asleep or exhausted. Okay, so you want to be saying, right, this is I'm going to create some space in my diary for these calls, maybe 5 spaces, 4 spaces, 3 spaces to jump on the call with anyone with this problem. And then, of course, you need a passive booking system for this. Give people a link so they can book into your diary, make it easier. Because if you go back and forth with dates, you end up losing people. And so you've got this 3-prong approach for getting those one-to-one calls, those predefined, like what this call is, this outcome focused call of what I'm going to give you on this free value pack call. Number 1, that entry question on the front of the Facebook group. Number 2, you can offer it in emails. You're gathering their email addresses. Email them about this availability that you've got. You've cleared 5 spaces to have one-to-one calls with people. And also live CTAs. CTA stands for call to action. Call people to action on the actual live calls that you're doing, these gatherings. Tell them about it. I, in the early days, used to use that gathering as a launch pad for any announcements. And then I would email people afterwards going, did you hear the news? I just announced this on the Rebellious Business Network today. And then you've got that kind of second kind of net to catch anyone that wasn't on the live call, but actually is interested in the offer. They're getting that email. Okay. Okay, so just another thing just to test. It is Thursday. We are like 4 sessions into this. This one is from another session. A Facebook group is just a what? Drop it in the chat. A Facebook group is just a what? What is it, guys? Cardboard box. Tash, you are winner of that question. A Facebook group is just a cardboard box. Remember, the gatherings are the things that you're promoting, because that's where you're going to be building relationships with people. When you build relationships with people on these live calls and they really start to build an affinity with your community, with you, with what it is that you're teaching, training, etc., they're going to be more likely to be booking in these one-to-one calls. They're going to be more likely to be becoming a client because they're getting immersed in your world through the online gathering. So it's another really key thing. You know, if you've just got a Facebook group and he's running a community, he's dropping content in that Facebook group, you can't really expect that the conversion rate in there is going to be very high if you're not getting on video, if you're not getting in the trenches with people, if you're not meeting people and connecting and having all these conversations. So that is really, really key. Okay, so here's where we're kind of on our way home now, is that you are offering these one-to-one calls, quick win promotions. We can speak into a couple of those. I mean, we have some strategies that we use for quick win promotions, like we have competitions, we have the case study offer, the beta offer, we have the excuse post, we have multiple quick win strategies that we get our clients to rotate so that they've got 2 kind of fresh ones going into the community every month. But one of those 2 quick win strategies can just be that soft promotion for, I've got 5 spaces for a call helping you with this problem. Okay, so that could be one of your quick win strategies, is the soft promotion of those free one-to-one calls. One of my clients put an offer out for strategy calls. She got 30 people wanting one, and she converts like crazy once she's got someone in front of her. Like what we did is we ended up launching her first group program off the back of the fact that she got 30 calls booked in from just offering these one-to-one calls, right? And we ended up launching that group program like 2 months before it was in the plan. Like we mapped it all out. Okay, we're doing that this month, that month, whatever. And she got all, like, I think it was 8 people sold into her first group program, and she's been running that ever since. And so, you know, that is a really effective quick win strategy in and of itself, just offering those strategy calls or those free calls. But then there are other quick win. If you're watching this and you're in the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, you know what I'm talking about. It's those quick win strategies, the excuse post, you know, the ones that we're focusing on in Client Week inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy. But the next part is, once you have got around 200 people in your group, you've worked with 5 people really closely, so you've got some case studies, some testimonials under your belt, it's launch time. It's time to do a launch. And by running a launch, I mean, you create this big version of your gathering, this big event there where you give people a ton of value, and then you offer them something, and you're offering a lot of people this thing at the same time. And the objective is to get and populate your first group program or your next group program. It doesn't have to be your first, but it can be your next, where you're working with people one-to-many. This is going to start saving you time. All these one-to-one calls are time expensive. So it's going to start saving you time because you're working with people one-to-many. It's also going to start enabling you to bring in larger chunks of cash into the business so that you're fueling those tanks in a more powerful way. So the way that we do this then, if you haven't got a group program already, you just got to map one out. We love to do everything live. So we do if you're doing my first group program, I would just do it live, right? Which means I would sell it and then build it with people as I go along. So first I need to map it out. What is this thing that I'm selling? I'm going to go, right, this is where they are. This is where they want to be. What are all the steps in between? And I'm going to create modules and ideas for modules and worksheets and all of that, and just map it out. I'm not going to go film anything, create anything. I'm just going to map it out. So I've got a real strong sense of clarity of what it is that I'm selling. And then I'm going to come up with a launch plan. Okay, so we've got this like launch plan where it's like, all these days of value, and then there's going to be some kind of pitch that tells people that I've got, you know, this group program available for people to buy, and then I'm going to deliver that group program with people live. So I will either pre-record modules 1 week at a time, or I will deliver the modules with them live if it's a course, or there'll be workshops, or it'll be group coaching, or whatever it looks like. And I'm going to prepare it week by week by week by week. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because by the end of it, I am going to have a program that was built around real people, not built from my imagination of what I think people need. It's going to be molded and built around real people. So what you can do is you can launch this as a beta version where you're taking people through this process live. The next time you launch this, 3 months later in your next launch, going off of the launch plan, the promotion plan I shared with you at the beginning, the next time you launch this, you're going to have everything done. It's going to be so much easier the second time round, and it's going to give you the headspace and the ability to improve on what you did last time. And you do this a few times and you end up with a really powerful, polished program that gets people serious results. So yeah, that's what I read. That's the slide talking about building it live, but I've covered that now. So let's move on. So look, there are two. Good, Caroline, do you want to do a roundup of that before I go into the next section?
Where am I? I am lost. Oh no, my internet connection's unstable. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, you seem a bit choppy, but you're all right.
Yeah.
Go on, give it a go.
I think we've done like an amazing review. I think you've done an amazing job. We've got we've got a comment that's been blurred out because there are some there's a naughty word in there, Miss Tasha Smith. But yeah, basically I just want to kind of just sort of give an overview of these top steps. You just see this big like display of like all these steps along the way. These are made up of like incremental little things that like build up over time. Now, you did say, Cordelia, one of your clients way ahead of the plan was able to launch her group program. If this is overwhelming for you guys, like, don't worry. One of the things that's just really amazing about this whole process is that you've got these quick wins to keep you going all the way through, right? Like a promotion about just an offer you have into your community, well, into your existing network, okay? Like just prior to the fact that this community, you're growing it, before you get to 200 people, you can still be putting out your quick win promotions to your network, to your networking groups. Like that is the whole point, because it all starts to bring into this audience. And once they're curated in a space, they've gone to a couple of your events, then you can start putting out more promotions to them. So it's not like this whole new thing where you create this community and then you promote to them and then you figure out what they want. No, your offer is your offer, and you are offering to people in your network, in the Rebellious Business Network, in other Facebook groups, on your Facebook page, but you're curating your own audience, your own tribe with these events that build amazing relationships with people in person. So you're not just a Facebook post putting it out into some random networking group. You are a leader of a massive value add to someone's life, and then you're curating a bigger audience of your own that you then move your promotions over to. So it may sound like this big thing and like you can't promote until you've got this audience of 200 people. But once you've got the audience of 200 people, the conversion rates are really high. It's not like that. It's small incremental steps, and it's just layering on top of layering on top of layering until you've got this whole thing where everything's a smooth running machine. Everything's like everything's evergreen. Like Cordelia said, you've got the promotions going out every fortnight, but you've got the events being managed automatically. You've got the posts populating your group, like other people are contributing. People are reaching out to you, asking what it is that you offer as a service because they're interested in you as a business owner. Like it all is this holistic machine, but you don't have to build it all and then like succeed, right? It's all kind of in it together. So I just kind of wanted to share that, because it looks like so far away, but you can be doing things today that will be contributing really meaningfully to both your business and your community. I got really what's the word? Enthusiastic about that one.
Oh, I love it. I love it when you're enthusiastic.
I
And look,
do.
this is a big strategy, and this is why I keep saying it's a long-term strategy. You're not going to be building all of this in one day. It's going to be climbing stairs rather than jumping to the top step and falling halfway up. Climbing up the stairs. Like, if you take what we've been teaching you this week in terms of that tribe event, that is the key thing. Having that live event and having that community in between to keep the fire burning with the people you've been attracting. That's the really important part. And then on top of that, we build things out and we go, right, okay, let's create an email series. We're now emailing the people that come into the live event. Right, let's create a connection template to make it easier for people to introduce themselves. Oh, okay, let's do this, let's do that, let's test this, let's test that. And what I want to just share with you is that, you know, this is like big. This is massive what we've been teaching you today and yesterday and the day before yesterday and Monday is big. But the reason why we're teaching you this is because this is going to change the freaking game. Like, if you want to go big, if you want to be that influencer, if you want to have that audience, if you want to make that impact, then you've got to do the Barry Big Balls thing and put yourself out there in a big way. And this is a really simple but systemized, but also powerful, and it's so complicated because you can leverage it in so many different ways. There's so much that you can do with this once you've got the ball rolling. And so look, there are two types of people that I see come into our programs, come into our network, come onto calls with me. And the ones that take this and succeed are in a very specific group in comparison to the ones that don't. And these two groups are this. The first group are the people that tread really carefully. They go really, they tread really carefully. They don't want to upset anyone. They want to please all the people all the time. They overthink everything. They're like, oh, I don't know if that's the right thing to do or the right way to do it. I'm not sure if I should do it like this or do it like that. And they perfect everything. They're like perfection before promotion. They want to build everything out and make it absolutely perfect before promoting it. And they stop at the bomb, which means that when something tanks or bombs, like all those examples we were talking about yesterday to engage your community, they're not all going to work. Not every single promotion of a tribe event you run is going to get people attending. What you need to do is experiment. But what I see people do is they stop at the bomb. They go, oh, that didn't work. Oh, I put a post out and I didn't get any likes on it. Oh, you know, that didn't work. Oh, I tried to build a funnel, but no one went through it. Oh, that didn't work. The group of people, and I reckon
the other day, didn't work. Huh? I put a post out the other day in the Rebellious Business Network and it got no likes. I'm like, God, I've got 2,000 people following me.
Well, exactly. And this is the thing. I reckon that each and every single one of you are in this group, right? Because of what I've seen you produce this week, you are these people. But just have a check-in with yourself, because this person here is someone that isn't going to be running a business that's built on courage, right? You need to be the person that implements quickly. You implement and you test things, you try things out and you just get it out quickly. You're not building loads of shit for flipping ages and then seeing if it'll work. You get out there and you say, do you want this? You promote things, you blast things out to your community, your audience, the people that you're already connected with. And you say, do you want this? I'm thinking of putting this together. And you just do the bare minimum to get things promoted, to start testing interest. You're the person that just goes for it. Yeah, you take imperfect action. So what if it's not perfect? It's not as good as it can be, because you're going to do the same thing over and over again anyway and improve it a little bit each time. After you've done that for a couple of years, I promise you it's going to be amazing. But every master was once a disaster. Every winner was once a beginner. And you need to give yourself the space and the grace to learn your own business, to learn marketing, to learn new processes, to learn new strategies, and to learn from your people what it is that they want. This stuff takes a bit of time. And it takes a bit of time because you've got to test, and you've got to test. The only opinion that matters are the people in your audience. That's the only opinion. I could say to you, yeah, that's a great idea, but it might not convert. The way that we find out is by testing it, by putting it out there. The way that we peel back the layers on the evolutionary process that is the development of our business is through taking hard, fast, dirty action, right? However, there might be some of you that are a bit confused, some of you that are a bit overwhelmed. And look, it is Good Friday tomorrow. We have got, like, happy Easter, everybody. We've got something we want to walk through in a minute. I just want to walk you through first some people that were in Group B that took this, that implemented it, and smashed it out the park. This is Tara Alexandra. She came to me when she was 6 months pregnant. She said, Cordelia, I've got a yearning. Like, I need to do this, but I'm 6 months pregnant. Do you think I should wait? I was like, no, hell no, let's do it. Let's go for it. So what we did was we built Tara a community. She wanted to work with people who were suffering with anxiety. She was just pouring out of her and she couldn't hold it in any longer. She was seeing people that were just anxious, that were holding themselves back. And she wanted to start sharing her story and start supporting people. And we put together at 6 months pregnant, a community so that she would have something ready to come back to after maternity leave. And so, you know, what she did was she put together this community. She started doing her tribe event, which was live journaling sessions every Sunday night. She started getting people reach out to her going, oh my God, I really needed to hear that today. I really needed that. Like, I've been suffering with anxiety. Some of these people were people she went to school with that she had no idea were suffering with anxiety. And what she did was she started just putting this content in the group. Our plan, because she was 6 months pregnant, was to start building the community, and then for her to go on maternity leave and for her to come back and pick this up where she left off. And that's exactly what she did. A year later, Tara went traveling with her family around the world and met her goal, which was to not go back to work after maternity leave. And she built a coaching business that sustained her to not only not go back to work after maternity leave and stay home with her kids, but also to go traveling around the world with her husband and her kids. And she went for an entire year. This is Frank. Frank put together a community. He was unsure of how to basically package his message and how to bring people together. You want to work with spiritual business owners, essentially, and a program that was based on helping them in their business to attract and create an incredible product and sell it. And he had been working, you know, in a business academy for a long time and was now going out on his own to do this. And, you know, you can't see the picture when you're in the frame. He hit 6 figures in his first month. And that was off the back of building out this incredible community. The only distinction that I need to tell you about Frank, he did have an existing audience because he'd been a business consultant or a coach inside a business academy, and he took people with him. But that wasn't a massive following. It was a few hundred people, couple of hundred people maybe, launched this community, started doing these gatherings. People started to understand and know what it was that he was teaching, training, helping people with, coaching people with. And off the back of a single strategy inside that community, one of the quick win strategies we teach, he did 6 figures in sales. It was mental. And it was just brilliant to watch. This is Jamie. Jamie's a business coach for cleaning companies. He was smashing it, selling one-to-one via DMs on LinkedIn, but he wanted to start selling one-to-many. And he launched his community. And within a couple of months, he had his first couple of hundred people in there. We did a launch, and he did a 28K launch off the back of that. And this is an old slide, but he then went traveling with as well, just like Tara did. They kind of went at the same time. It was like amazing. I was like, oh my God, 2 of my clients are now traveling the world with a business that's online and operational. I was like proud mama moment. But they went traveling around the world with his girlfriend. He's just bought his first house. He's now engaged to that girlfriend. And yeah, it's just bloody awesome to see. This is Nicola. She was comparing and despairing. She'd taken someone else's Facebook group strategy and was trying to put together a Facebook group community, and nothing was really happening. And essentially, we did her first launch into her new community that she used the tribe funnel methodology for, and she closed 11 new clients onto a group coaching program in 1 month. So these are just some ideas of like what community is going to bring to you and how it's going to enable you to really change the way you market, change the way that you're approaching content creation and marketing and lead magnets and all of this. It's just going to amp things up and take it to the next level in a big way. Ra and Booth, this is back in 2020, were, you know, teaching people about crypto, right? And there were so many people that were really eager to learn about crypto. And so what we did, we put together a community for them. And in their own words, they took off like a rocket with that community. And they basically very quickly got to a point where they're running a 6-figure business with a team of 5 people, selling group programs, memberships, you know, and also working with people one-to-one on how to build a profitable and sustainable crypto portfolio that is investment over time. So there we have it. happy Easter. Also, happy 4th birthday to us. The reason why we've done this month is because it's our 4th birthday. We've been running the Rebellious Business Network for 4 years. We know a thing or two about how to build an incredible community. We love teaching this because the world needs more community. We need these communities in our lives. They are incredibly powerful and they change the world. When you bring people together, you will make an impact. There might be a few of you that are like rabbit in the headlights. There's an Easter pun, rabbit in the headlights. There might be a few of you that are Easter bunny in the headlights right now, and that's okay. It's a lot to get your head around. It's a big strategy. We have something that we don't want to sell to you because it's not available for sale, but we want to tell you about. We've got 4 spaces for it. And if you feel like you are a bit confused, you're not feeling particularly confident, and you'd like us to get in your business with you to help you map out your next 6 months of strategy and help support you to achieve those goals so that you can not only build a community of people, but also use those quick win strategies, get launches in place to start generating chunks of revenue to start making this happen, then I want to tell you about something we've actually got 4 spaces. We did have 5. I had a conversation with a lady this week who's nabbed one. So we got something extraordinary. It's Easter. Sorry, I got to do the Easter puns. And we're taking applications early because it's Good Friday tomorrow. We want to tell you about this now. So here it is. So first and foremost, here's what it isn't. It's not a course. Okay, this isn't something that's now going to sit in your digital course graveyard gathering digital dust. We've all got like let me know in the chat, how many courses do you think you've done that you didn't complete? I reckon I even bought loads of courses for the team one year. I don't think any of the team members completed them. They're all still sat there. No.
Dude, I love a course and I get through them, I'll have you know.
Did you? Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
I did do it normally. A lie, I did one. I started one and didn't finish it.
Well, look, it's not a course, okay? Because the way we work with people, the reason why we've only got 4 spaces, it's not some false scarcity that we're now trying to push onto. Like, we have 4 spaces because this is me and Caroline personally and privately coaching you inside our private coaching program, and we've only got so many hours in the day to do that and do that really well. Okay, so we have a limited number of people that we take into this program in total and per month, and right now we've got 4 spaces left open at the moment that we would love to offer you, and we've got a birthday promotion as well because it's our 4th birthday. I'm going to walk you through how this looks. So this is the program's called Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy with You. It's our private mentorship program. It is bespoke. It is one-to-one and masterminding combined, okay? Where you are essentially working with us on a one-to-one basis to get a bespoke business plan, marketing plan down and get your messaging nailed. Because the thing is what I know about, like, even just through watching you guys in this challenge, everybody's at a different place. Some people have got email marketing set up, other people don't. Some people are going to hit the ground running with certain things, other people are going to need more support. Some people have got clients right now, other people haven't. Some people are working one-to-one, other people are working one-to-one and running groups. You're all really different. And what you don't need right now is a cookie cut out course. What you need is someone to go, right, we need to do this, we need to do that, then we need to do this, and we need to do that in order to meet your goals by the end of this period of time. And then someone that's going to handhold you, hold you accountable, and be there with you to support you to achieve that. So the way we do this is we do this in a 6-month block. The reason why we work with people in 6-month blocks is because 6 months is a really good amount of time to get a lot done. 3 months goes past too quickly. 1 year, people get complacent. 6 months gives us enough time to not only implement some stuff and get some change happening, but to test, to review the test, to optimize, and to start streamlining. And we see that that is enough time for people to make a massive amount of change in their business, in their marketing, in their results, but also a really good amount of time in terms of you having the confidence to continue and stay on the track of getting this done without getting complacent or without getting panicked that you're running out of time. And how it looks is that first 3 months it's broken up like this. So we kick off. The first thing that we do is you jump on a call with me, and you've got a bit of homework to do ahead of that call so that I'm really clear on exactly where you are in your business right now. How many followers you've got on every platform, what's your product, what are your price points, you know, whether you know these things or don't know these things. Are you starting from scratch? Do you have products already? What does that look like? So I've got a laser kind of clear snapshot of exactly where you are right now in terms of your prospective results, in terms of your current results, and in terms of everything else. So that call we jump on is a 1 hour session where, off the back of you doing that bit of homework so that I've got that snapshot, we have two goals. We have your want goal and your need goal, and we're very clear on the differentiation between those. The first thing we do is get you to your need goal, and we map out the methods that we're going to use to do that. So this is all in terms of numbers of people we need, numbers or in terms of the pricing of your packages, in terms of your client ceilings, how many people you can work with at any one point so that you're not overextending, making sure that that business model that you've got in terms of pricing, in terms of products, in terms of people actually works and is going to bring you to your goals, and then mapping out the methods that we're going to put into place to make that happen. What are those quick win promotions? What are those launches? What products are we selling when? How are we doing that? From there, you jump onto a call Caroline, which is your messaging session, where she is going to create with you your launchable North Star message. And what that means is it's launchable because everything needs to be tested, but it's your North Star because everything in your business points to it. This is the foundational piece in your marketing, having a really clear, strong, powerful message that converts. And so Caroline, being an absolute genius when it comes to messaging, advertising, is going to sit with you one-on-one and get everything out of you and craft a message that is going to be super powerful and that we are going to put into practice with implementation. Because that's the next phase, is the implementation phase, where we are now supporting you to implement the plan that we've helped you create. And so I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. We've got the method call, we've got the message call, and then we move into implementation. We are huge on support. Like, we see support within our Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy with You program as a buffet. We want you to have more than you need than less than you need. And that doesn't mean you need to eat everything. Okay, so you will take what you need and leave the rest. And we're going to prescribe to you what it is that you need. And so you can take what you want, but you will know what you need. And so here's how it looks. This is the one call that I would say, try and make this your non-negotiable. This happens every Wednesday, and it is business coaching, where I am checking in with you on your plan, how you're getting on with the plan that we have laid out for you. Okay, so this is a group mastermind call. You're going to get to jump on with other members in the community. And we do essentially a round robin on this call, where I'm checking in with everybody on the call individually. I do not expect you to know what questions to ask. I'm usually asking you questions. How are you getting on? What's been your focus this week? Did you implement that last week that you were supposed to? How are you getting on with this bit? Or let me have a look at that with you. We can share screen, we can do whatever, but essentially this is your accountability and your support for implementing the plan that we have put into place. You also have copywriting hot seats with Caroline. You have sat and done your launchable North Star with her, but maybe you want to create a promotion for something specific. That first tribe event that you're going to run, the promotion for that. The first quick win strategy that we put together, the promotion for that. Whatever that looks like, Caroline can put you in the hot seat and write the copy with you, so that you, at the end of that hot seat session, have a piece of copy that's ready to be put out for promotion. I'm going to skip forward and say we also have the copy critique, where you can write a piece of copy, submit it to Caroline, and she will critique it for you live, so that you can learn what she's changing and why she's changing it, so that we're equipping you with the skills and the tools to be able to be an effective copywriter, so that you can write amazing copy, but you can also quality control amazing copy once you've outsourced that to your VA or your copywriting expert, or whoever you're going to hire to take over that job in the future if you want to. So that's another really powerful thing. Every other week, we have a Tribe Funnels coaching session. This is where we're specifically looking at your community, looking at analytics, looking at figures, promotions, numbers, your funnel, We're looking at all the things in and around building and growing that community, how we can improve things. And this is our specific nitty-gritty call. I'm often testing people's funnels. I'm often like looking into the data on the back end. And this is where we get really deep down and dirty with growing that community and making sure things are moving in the right direction. And also there's daily feedback and support. So, you know, yeah, there's the live calls, but what about in between the live calls? I mean, we've got like 4 or 5 live calls for you to jump on every single week. Buffet service, okay? You do not need to be on all of them, but they are there for you so that you are supported and you have enough support, right? And also the groups are small. We won't take more than the people that we've outlined on this program. This is why it's application only. This is why the doors aren't just wide open. You have to apply for this. It has to be right for you. You have to be right for us. And we have a maximum number of people we'll take on so that we can be sure that you will get the absolute most out of being in this program, because we're not here for mediocre transformations, quite frankly. We're here to help you make big change. And so the other thing that we offer here is there is unlimited amount of support and feedback on a daily basis. Inside our portal, we have a place where you can post things to us. It could be an idea, it could be a question, it could be a document, it could be a post, it could be a bit of content, it could be whatever we've asked you to do on the plan. You can share it with me and I will give you feedback on it. You can share things with me and I will test the funnel for you. I can test the links, I can read the email, I can do whatever and go, yes, that's great, get it out. Or actually, I think you should do it this way, or I think you should change this or adapt it like this, and support you with making it even better so that you've got that second pair of eyes, you've got that soundboard, and you've got someone backing you up saying, yeah, that's great, let's get this out, or supporting you to improve it. And there are, of course, all the training templates and tutorials you'll need to build a tribe funnel and have it as the thing that gets you to 6 figures in sales or generate your next 100K. We have so many resources. It is a little bit like a jungle, which is exactly why we have these method calls where we personally prescribe the trainings, the tutorials, the templates, the whatever it is you need to get everything executed. We personally prescribe it to you based on your needs and goals. So at the end of that method call, you get a plan with hyperlinks to everything that you need to watch. If you want to go on a binge watching session, that's fine. If you want to go on a binge session with downloading things to post out to social media, that's fine. But you know what your priorities are because they've been prescribed to you. And so that's how that first 3 months looks. We lay down your methods, we get clear on your message, and then we go into implementation. And then 3 months in, we go for round 2 of that. You now jump on another method call with me and we review your last 3 months of strategy and we go, right, how did that go? What were the results of that? And then we plan out your next 3 months of strategy. You then from there go on to your next messaging call with Caroline. What she's going to do is she's going to look at that message. How effective was it? She's going to help you tighten it up so that you have a North Star message, not a launchable North Star message. And then we go back into implementation. This gives us 2 quarters where we get to test and then optimize, which is seriously powerful because what I want for you is that you have got some high converting stuff that works and you're doing it over and over and over and over again to the point where you have got to a place where you've got this streamlined machine that's bringing you clients in, enabling you to have fulfillment and also improving every month and getting even better. So that is our 6-month private coaching program where you're going to be personally coached by me and Caroline. We have a birthday offer where we're going to give you, because it's our 4th birthday, we're going to give you 6 months for the price of 4. So you're going to come in for 6, but you're only going to pay for 4, okay? Which brings that investment down from 4,444 for that 6 months to 2,963. And if you need to split the payments up, by the way, if you're like, oh my God, I need this is the thing I need, but I haven't got 3 grand lying around right now, then that's fine because we can split payments up. If that would support you, then we can do 6 payments over 6 months and we won't charge you a premium for that either. Like we don't penalize people for needing a payment plan. We just split the payments up. If that's what you need to get the support that you need, then we're happy to do that. And so there we have it. We have 4 spaces left. It's application only. That will take you to a page with all the details on about the program. And then if you submit an application, you will then get booked into my diary where me and you can jump on and we can talk about, is this right for you? Are you right for us? And if you are accepted, you'll get to be hopefully our next best case study inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy with You program. And just imagine where you could be 6 months from now with a thriving digital community that's not only building a community, but also enabling you to execute proven client getting strategies that work and are repeatable and are going to enable you to really kind of create a marketing machine from this entire system as well. And then tomorrow, we are back here at 9:30 a.m. UK time for another session on how, like, where do you go with your community now? Okay, you do that first tribe event, but then what? Then what do you do? How do you optimize? How do you streamline? How do you stay consistent? And also, what are your options for taking this and leveraging it even further? And we're going to be announcing the winners. So those of you that have got all 4 bits of homework in the Facebook group by tonight, we're going to be announcing the winners tomorrow on the call. And I know it's Good Friday, but it's nice and early. We'll be wrapped up by 10:30, and you can go off and have an incredible Easter, having all the nuts and bolts and bones of your own thriving digital community. Have we got any questions, Caroline? Oh, Caroline, I've lost you.
Oh, I'm muted. No questions, but I will say the numbers stayed up throughout the entire run through of that. So I think we had some really intrigued people about what it is we offer, and that's exciting.
Yes, it is.
And
oh yes, we said that at the beginning, Tash. Caroline, do you want to reiterate the homework for today?
So you're going to fill out a goals card. It is posted into the Facebook group. I will actually go in and give you a little tag now, Tash, to remind you. It's posted in the Facebook group. We're going to pin it to the top. It's just creating a goals card. Yeah, we won't go over that because we've just delivered a lot of information. So we don't want to confuse people. But you also all have an email in your inbox right now, which is a link to apply for one of those 4 spaces. This is an early offer because it's Good Friday tomorrow. So we were going to open the doors tomorrow, and we were also going to open the doors with 5 places. But as Cordelia mentioned, one of those has already gone before we even open the doors. And yeah, so we're opening the doors early because of Easter weekend. So if you are interested in joining and working with us to help build your, I don't know, your dream community, which is really what we're aiming to help you do, that actually, you know, you can promote to. Make sure you apply to join. We only have 4 spaces. We're going to be closing the doors when they go. And we hope you have a wonderful Good Friday as well.
Well, we'll be here to wish you a wonderful Good Friday tomorrow, because we're going to be back here at 9:30 a.m, ladies and gentlemen, for the final showdown of the Building a Thriving Digital Community Challenge. And look, guys, remember, you've got until midnight to get your tasks in so that you are entered into the prize draw for tomorrow. A reminder of what you have got to play for is there is a 60-minute one-to-one session with me where we can do what I said I do with clients in RIA if you want, which is mapping out your strategy, reverse engineered from your goals. Or we can look at your tribe funnel strategy. We can look at your products. We can look at whatever it is that you want me to look at on that 1-hour call. I am all yours for a whole hour. The second thing that we have is a £2,000 voucher towards our private coaching program. That is the thing I've just walked you through, a £2,000 voucher. Okay, so that you can jump in on that for next to nothing as a prize winner. The next thing that you have on that prize draw is a £100 Amazon gift voucher. The next thing that there is a year access to our membership that doesn't have all the support and the one-to-ones and the personalized bespoke stuff that I've just been talking to you about, but it does have all the training. Yeah, so you get access to all the training and some other bits and pieces as being a member of our membership, which is RIA. And then the fifth and final thing is, shit, what is it, Caroline? Forgotten. I always forget the last thing on a list.
Voucher?
Voucher, done the voucher. Let me open my slide. Hang on, I've got it here somewhere. Got so many windows open, guys. It's mental how many windows I've got open. I've forgotten what the fifth thing is. Oh, yes. No, I remember.
Fair.
I remember. We are the fifth prize is that you are going to win a one-to-one interview live onto our business page, Instagram account, Facebook group, YouTube channel, where we are going to interview you about your business, who you work with, who you help, what it is that you sell, and give you the opportunity to give our audience some value by sharing like 5 tips or 5 ways of doing something, etc., and basically showcase you in front of our entire audience. So that's what's up for grabs. If you just get those 4 bits of homework in by tonight, and today's homework is in the Facebook group already for you to go grab, go download. But if you are interested in checking out the private coaching program, click on the link that we have shared, and all the way down the page, there's apply now buttons. Those buttons will take you to a quick application form, which will take you a couple of minutes to fill in. You will have a call with me about joining this program. It won't be with one of the sales team or this person over here that we've outsourced to a third, but none of that. I want to personally make sure that you are the person that we can work with and help you get deep and meaningful, powerful transformations with your community. So you will go to that page, click on the apply now button, answer some questions for me so I can get a good idea of what it is that you're doing. And then it will take you to a booking system to book in with me personally, and we will have a conversation. And if you are a good fit, you could be one of the 4 people that we bring in on the birthday offer, where you get 6 months for the price of 4. Awesome. I think that might be a wrap, Caroline.
Have we got an Easter pun?
That was excellent.
Oh,
You guys are excellent. Yeah, that's kind of all I've got, really. Have you got anything better?
cracking show.
That was cracking. Guys, drop some Easter puns in for us. I love a pun. It's good fun. Caroline's been wanting to write loads of emails about certain things, and she's been wanting to make them all Easter focused. Have we got any Easter focused emails coming out soon, Caroline?
No, because you told me off.
I was like, no, let's just like, do you know?
I might have snuck one in.
You snuck one in.
I might have snuck one in. Yeah, maybe.
Well, keep an eye on your email inbox for Caroline's Easter puns coming your way this weekend to a screen near you. Guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you very much. Lots and lots of love. I'll see you tomorrow.